Well, so I have my guest in the studio. I have Daniel Okyem Aboagye. He's a member of parliament for Bantama. So finance person as well. Good morning to you.
How are you? Roland.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah. I call your phone, you don't pick.
I've been watching.
We the food soldiers, when we're calling you trouble, you don't.
Come on. I'm a food soldier myself, so what are you talking about?
I'll talk about food soldiers very soon. And an MP who posed a question in Parliament yesterday about now $1 million, one constituency. No way. Is Mohammed Abdulaziz posed a question to the minister and member of parliament from you. Good morning to you, Mohammed.
Good morning, Roland.
How are you?
I'm good. And you?
I was lurking around parliament yesterday after trying to see whether I can hunt for Daniel Aboagye and the rest of my friends there. I didn't, and I saw you were asking a question too.
Aboagye is a big man, and so you should be looking for him when you come around parliament. But back to the issue. You know, prior to the MPP coming into power, they had pledged that for every year they were going to release the city equivalent of $1 million to every constituency to be able to tackle constituency-specific infrastructure needs. Having won power and having been in power for 1.5 years, no amount has been released to any constituency.
Over the last year? Yes,
in respect of that pledge. And so what I did was to file a question for the minister responsible for that project, Honorable Howard Kumsin, Minister for Special Development, to come and answer. She came yesterday, and the trust of her answer was that the money is technically expired. What it means is that the pledge that they made to release an amount of the city equivalent of $1 million to every constituency, including Bantama, is expired, and that money will not come
for that financial year.
For 2017.
But I was thinking that the 1 million is for the 4-year term.
Oh no!
It's for every year.
For every year.
So 4 million. Yes. 4 million for the whole
4 million. And so,
are you sure that was a response of? It was a public information.
It was on the floor. My good brother.
I started hearing it before I left the chamber.
My good brother, let me help me with your. Okay. Oh, please, our viewers are watching. The answer is here, and so, I mean, this is where the minister read the answer from, and if you go to paragraph 5 of her answer. The second sentence, she says, as the amount allocated in the 2017 budget was not part of the statutory funds, the allocation is technically expired with the budget in December 2017.
But that's serious. That's a strong
very, very serious. Yeah. And the Ghanaian public.
It means that another government has decided that each year that they don't make use of the money, or it's not appropriated. The
bottom of the issue is that they don't have the money to spend. They have money to spend. No, they have money to spend. They have money to spend on projects such as Kelly GVG.
No, but that's not fair.
They have money to spend on
it's got nothing to do with
NIA of 1.2 billion. But the pledge to deal with constituency-specific needs that they pledge and was voted for, they don't have money for that. They say it is technically expired, and yet your mandate is not expired. The mandate that you won on the back of these pledges is not expired. President Akufo-Addo is enjoying his presidency. His ministers are enjoying their offices, and yet the pledge, the very manifesto that won them the power, they are now running away from it. It's a shame. And I think that they must...
So you were not happy with the response of the minister?
I'm not the only person who is not happy. Even my friend here is not happy.
Is it true?
He should have been given as the city equivalent of $1 million.
It's okay, don't rub it in. Is that true?
He's not happy himself.
But
were you
happy with the response?
Let me say good morning
to you are watching.
And to my people in Bantama, and to all the great people that are making Ghana work again. Our friends in NDC are always, some of them, I should say.
But you read the response of the minister.
I'm coming. They always try to be hypocritical. In some ways, some of them are hypocrites. I mean, without missing words. Every time you look, they will talk about the issue. They will not look at the substance of the facts.
So you tell me the substance of the fact.
In Bantama, we've benefited.
You benefited from $1 million, one constituency.
Yes.
What was it?
That in Bantama constituency, it's not just what we see in Kofa Natural about. It's a huge, about 10 electoral areas. You know, about 64% of our road is not working. As I speak to you, there are communities in Bantama that do not have water.
So they use the 1 million. Are you sure about what you're saying?
I am very sure.
We'll quote you on myonline.com.
I am saying that, listen to me. I am an honorable member of parliament.
You've got your allocation.
I respect the fact that I have to be honorable about things. We have received 3, what do you call it, mechanized boreholes that have been developed now.
No, come on.
No, I'm telling you.
Should not be costing
listen, you don't know what happened.
US dollars.
You don't know what happened is that needs assessment were done. I was part of it with all my assembly members. We got the needs assessment done. We enlisted what was needed for the people, while the development authorities through which these monies are going to be expended, where the bills were being passed. So if you come and sit here and you tell me that not even a penny has been given out, that is a lie.
Well,
that is why
you read the response of the minister.
Listen,
the
if you look at this,
under the capex of the office, and capex basically, you're a finance person, so you can teach me better. It's capital expenditure of the office of government machinery. As the amount allocated,
Roland, take it from me.
Take it easy.
As the this is.
It doesn't matter because
It's
for
in the
me,
hazard.
let me tell you, for me, the answers that were provided,
as the amount allocated
Roland,
in the 2017
the
budget
answers that were provided
was not part of the statutory funds, the allocation is technically expired.
Let me tell you this. Let me tell
with
you
the budget
Roland,
in
let me tell you. You are familiar with numbers and finance,
Yeah,
right?
he is too.
Are you telling me that
no.
when you have funds in the budget and it's not statutory funds, when the budget year is over, you go back and claim all those monies?
Well,
No,
Exactly.
that is
So
the example.
you've answered the question.
Hold on.
You've answered the question.
That is the.
You have just
that is
answered
the
the question.
explanation that was provided, and my friend,
You people.
I didn't want to
You
just
people.
give him up. My friend
You
was
people.
confused. He was given 4 chances to ask the same question,
You
even
people.
though the answer was there.
You people.
That this is not statutory fund. It's not carried from year to year.
Where would
Simple
you-
accounting.
I
It's
would you
a
learn to be
budget
truthful?
number. Let me
When
tell
would
you.
you learn to be truthful?
No. That's what I'm saying. That
When would
they
you
are
learn to be
always
truthful?
they are always being hypocritical about things. Speak to the facts.
This
Be
is your
honorable.
minister's answer. This is your minister's
For
answer.
me, let me tell you
You
this.
see, Aboagye,
Honorable,
Aboagye.
listen to me. For me,
The question-
the answer
no,
was legit. It was
listen.
on point. People have benefited. Assessment was done.
Has your
Don't even
constituency
go
benefited?
there.
You
Or
see,
you've not gone to do the groundwork.
You see, my
Okay, but
my
let's move
brother.
on. It's okay.
My brother.
No, listen, I don't
my
think this is a
brother,
subject
my
issue.
brother
You've made
and
your
friend.
point. You've made your
No, my
point.
brother
Yeah,
and
you
friend
made
is
your
not being fair to us.
No.
Honorable Aboagye, you are a honorable member.
I said,
The
some of
question,
you.
no, listen to me. The question was, when would the minister or the government release the CD equivalents to the 275 constituencies, not Mion constituency?
And how were these monies going to be released?
Not Mion constituency.
We passed the bills
Simple question.
to create
Your minister
organizations that are going to use it.
Your minister provided a 3-page document.
Answer.
This simple question. And the only portion that related to the question was when she said, as the amount allocated in the 2017 budget was not part of the statutory funds, the allocation is technically expired with the budget in December 2017.
Technically.
And so because they are drilling a borehole in your constituency, it means central government is doing nothing.
No.
It means no ministry is doing nothing.
That's not what he said.
No, that's not what I said.
And so that could only be part of the 1 billion.
Either you're being mischievous or you just want to just. You're
you people,
you're
you lied your way into government.
No, we didn't.
$1 million per constituency.
It's happening.
You cannot provide it.
I am saying it is happening.
And what you can provide is 5% on contracts.
Roland.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let me know. So the set
Hey,
sums
MPP.
were appropriated, but not expended.
Which one? Yeah. You made provision for them in the budget.
And so they ran out with the budgetary year.
And the explanation is there.
Exactly.
Yeah, I do understand. And I know that it's not you're not supposed to go and pay back because it's not statutory.
Because
now let me ask. There's a main campaign promise.
yes.
Now I'm thinking if somewhere is in Bolsa or somewhere in your constituency, but is not going to benefit from a project from this allocation, this appropriation, and we're told that this was allocated, but because we couldn't expend it within the budgetary year, there's a new allocation that has been there's new appropriation that has been made. As a result of that, you're going to benefit from the current years, but not the previous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
even though part of it may have been expended in other constituencies.
Exactly.
No.
Okay. But
not
it's okay.
CD, one
It's okay. It's
CD.
okay.
One CD.
But it also means, sir. But it also means. Listen. But it also means that the appropriation has been made, we've had some expenditure made.
No expenditure.
No, listen. There was an explanation.
Yes.
That it's not as if that this is going to be there and this 1 million, and that it's going to be used for other projects, and it's going to be classified and quantified as being part of the 1 million.
I have no problem with that.
That's what
let me just add one point.
Please add.
And not that nothing was being done. He was aware. The authorities through which these funds are going to be expended.
You are not committed to the process.
We're created. We passed the bills. We organized them. Please.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. In Parliament, we'll take an insert from the Speaker. But before we do that, though, a 70-year-old man, his family, he needed age and medical care. We know we've moved from that. They moved to 7 health facilities across the capital, within a span or a kilometer of some 49 kilometers. They didn't get any medical treatment. Ultimately, the man died. Then it ignited a debate about if you go to emergency centers across the public health institutions and then you're not given the critical health care that you need, what should be done, because you need emergency treatment to make sure the person is revived. There are no beds. What also do you turn the person away? Let me get your initial.
Roland, let me say that what happened, what we heard at the early part of the week, I think, was a very, very sad event. My condolences to the family that suffered this. And let me say this. Yesterday, when Dr. Akuboy made a statement on the floor of Parliament, everybody supported it. I wanted a chance to talk about it, but obviously I couldn't get. But let me say this. Roland, sometimes the people that are front desk people that we put in various organizations, hospitals, some nurses, when you go there, they tell you, there's no bed, poor customer service, lack of attention. The ultimate decision makers don't even get a chance to see these people. We have put certain people at the front desk that could turn you off for you to go and die. And so, while we are looking at the systems as having challenges, the hospitals may have limited infrastructure, limited beds. The doctors may not even have opportunity to see these patients before somebody makes a decision for them. For instance, if I come to my organization anytime and I see you sitting there as a customer, I walk to you. Have you been helped? Because sometimes the people that we put at the front desk make decisions for those who can choose and look at the situation and assess it. And don't forget, they are making decisions from their limited worldview. So I think in some of these cases, while we are looking at the whole structure and the system, we should also be able to put good people at the front desk. People who will be receptive to those who approach us, either in a hospital or in an organization such as this or whatever the situation. Because sometimes, some of these people prevent you from seeing those that you need to see. You may not even see the doctor. A decision will be made for you. Oh, there is no bed. Oh, can I give you some 50 cedis and get a bed? Maybe that will happen. So this is sad. And that, let me tell you, when I was coming back from the US, that was one of my fears. That in case you get any emergency situation.
Because you had lived in the US for some time.
I've lived there.
And when you were relocating.
When I was relocating to Ghana, that was one of my fears. That
in terms of
even in Ghana, taxis are used as emergencies. There are no ambulances. And they were going to buy ambulance for Ghana. They bought trotro type of vehicle for what do you call it?
But that's propaganda.
No, it's not.
I hope you didn't buy.
No, the cars they bought, about 200 whatever Mercedes Benz that they bought for.
But they were not
207s were only good for trotro, according to the German company.
They were not retrofitted.
They were not good. They were not fit for purpose. Right.
True.
So the point I'm making is that we have issues, we have problems in our hospitals everywhere, and I'm glad that the ministers and the people, Dr. Isiasare and those things, are all responding to this issue and issuing statement that you do not turn anybody away. If it's emergency, you can use emergency situations, what do you call it, measures to take care of the patient. Imagine something is going on right now, God forbid, something happens, and my friend collapsed right now. I'll give him CPR right here on this table.
You don't collapse, I would collapse.
Yes.
You've been taught in the US? How were you taught?
It's a very bad example.
You went to the fire service, they were offering training, and they would train you how to help save people. I will give him CPR here on this table.
It's a very bad example. You should be collapsing.
It doesn't matter who collapses.
You should be collapsing.
No, you're talking about...
I'm just
no, please don't collapse.
Okay, so I will give you CPR right here. That is what we are talking about. Emergency situation require emergency measures to take care and save the person first.
Within a certain
But what I'm
time.
saying, one aspect that I know from my experience as a manager and having been a CEO for some time is that sometimes when people are coming to see you, Roland, you may be coming to see me one day somewhere. My receptionist can turn you away.
Yes.
Maybe they will look at you, you're not properly dressed, you're not wearing a tie, you're coming as an ordinary person, and they will judge you by your outfit. They will judge you by your last name and those things. So while we are looking at the comprehensive approach, I think an aspect that I want to touch is the fact that people that we put as the front desk people.
So you're saying organization by organization.
Organization
we
by
have
organization.
we have to make sure that the man management and the relationship with customers.
Customers, patients.
Yeah.
You don't turn
because
people
in this
away.
Is at the hospital, their customers are the patients.
You don't make decisions for doctors.
Thank you very
when
much.
you're given the opportunity to sit at the front desk.
Your own comments on this. That's a very forthright comment right from him.
Yes, but his comments were laced with some mischief, and I would come to that. My condolence to the bereaved family. It is a loss for all of us as a country. It is a shame on our country that at age 61, as a country, would be experiencing some of these issues. But you see, we should be looking at the larger picture. It is only an opportunity for us to address the bigger issue, not just the 70-year-old man who passed away. We can use that one as an opportunity to deal with some major health issues that we have. It has to do with the attitude of public sector workers, and in this case, our health professionals. It also reveals some of the infrastructure gap that we have in our health sector. And so we must be looking at it from that two angles. One, to deal with the issue of attitude to work that my brother talked about. You see, nursing and, if you like, teaching is a calling. You must have the desire for it. It's not just somebody roaming the streets not a calling as the spiritual calling. You must have the passion for the job. It's not like an accountant, a procurement officer. This is a profession that deals with the lives of people, and so you must have the passion for it. That we are losing as a country. That people go to the nursing training colleges, they go to the teaching training colleges simply because they want to have something to do to earn an income. And that is wrong. That is very, very, very wrong. And that is why the government of President Mahama and the NDC, towards our last days, for instance, thought it wise, to do away with the allowance system because it attracted most people into these institutions, not because they have the passion for the job.
More like Okyem Aboagye, if you love it, come and do it.
Exactly.
Okay. Simply
because they want to be earning some income while in school, and because they are guaranteed jobs after completion, it attracts a lot of graduates from our secondary schools. That I don't think is a good way for us to go. We should be interested in people who have the passion for the job. And so that and some other reasons were why we had to do away with the nursing and the teacher training allowances. But of course, they made the counter pledge, which they are now battling with. Now, coming to talk about the attitudes of public sector workers, in this case, our health professionals, you must also be interested in the infrastructure. If indeed 7 key hospitals in this country, in Accra, not in Tamale, not in Wa, not in Myong, not in Talensi, not in Tatale, but in Accra, the national capital, key hospitals would turn away a patient for lack of no bed.
It's bad.
It's terrible, not bad, terrible. And that is why, again, the government of President Mahama and the NDC invested a lot in building hospitals, regional hospitals, teaching hospitals, CHIPS compounds across the length and breadth of this country. In fact, as I speak to you, you are aware that the University of Ghana Medical Center is still locked up. This hospital was commissioned by President Mahama. 18 months down the line, the hospital is still locked up. Obviously, for political reasons. I'm also aware of a similar facility around Kasua and Adenta, several hospitals, even in my own constituency, a CHIPS compound that was built under the NDC at a community called Manyini is still locked up. They will not go and commission them. They will not make them to function. They are playing politics with the lives of people, and that is bad. In fact, my friend Aboagye is here. Like I said, it exposes the gap in the infrastructure in terms of our health sector. Not even a single CHIPS compound has Nanado and the MPP constructed since they assumed power.
Yeah.
Not a regional hospital, not a district hospital. A single CHIPS compound, if he knows one, he should tell me. In fact, in my district, Sang is the district capital of Myong constituency, and for that matter, Myong district. We don't even have a medical assistant, not even a doctor. A medical assistant.
No medical assistant.
We don't have a single medical assistant.
Are you sponsoring one medical doctor to be bonded to go there?
How can I use the small common funds that we get, that we use to fix boreholes for people to get drinking water, to sponsor one person to go and study when we have doctors and medical assistants who are roaming the streets of Accra without government posting them because government has no money. And yet they have money to do the very things that they will benefit from. I filed a question to the Minister for Health, Honorable Ajimamenu. He came to Parliament and assured me, and Mr. Speaker, that he was going to post a medical assistant not only to some health center, but all health centers that didn't have.
So far, it's not happened.
That hasn't happened.
But
so it is worrying.
Yeah, and that's where we go to Parliament, because the Speaker of Ghana's Parliament, now says that we have to make sure that as a country we criminalize that action. The action of having public institutions, even if not the private health institutions, being held accountable or to be made to pay as deterrents for action that they take in turning away patients during emergencies with the very reason that there are no beds. So let's just watch it.
Medics have their ethics. Fine, you will not expect a doctor or a nurse to refuse a patient and that. Nevertheless, as the lawyers and those who are from the legal angle who want to seriously analyze this, what law is that person breaking by telling our people no bed? Specifically, if you won't start going around and finding some provision to charge a person. If that is so, then the law is not as adequate as we sometimes think. In other countries, I know they've specifically provided for such matters. And we should look at our own provisions as to issues like no public hospital, no medical person employed in a public-owned facility shall refuse to attend to a person who is brought in an emergency situation to a public hospital, and that will be an offense, that will be a crime. And in fact, it's very easy to associate that with manslaughter, the essence of which is negligence.
And from this, we're already getting comments. I have this from my good friend Anansa Obofor from the UK, who says, please tell the Myong MP that NDC had 8 years and did the small projects he's talking about, and not 18 months, which the MPP has. And so far, they've done very good, 8 years. He will see a great change if MPP also ultimately gets 8 years in power. That your comparison is misplaced. But right. Then what the Speaker is talking about should be what the intent in all purposes of the Ministry of Health should be. That directive should come. That if you turn somebody away, there's proof that you did, then you, the head of that facility or the facility in itself, should pay for it.
Yeah, I agree with him 100%. All the things that he said, that this is, if you tell people away and they go out, it's just like a murder.
Yeah.
You kill the person and stuff like that. So I agree with him. But let me just respond to some of the things that my friend said.
This is not going to turn into a political battle.
No. I wish we keep this on issues, not politics.
Okay, then let's do that.
Because they're talking about the University of Hospital not being, commissioned.
Well, it's not being open to work, has it? I mean, that's the reality.
The government is doing whatever it needs to do to make sure that when it is commissioned.
Have you been on social media? The outcry is that the government is being slow in taking decision on some of these important issues. The whole lot of empty beds out there, the facility could be used.
I hope you can give me a chance to respond.
Please
This government has been in power for how long? It is no excuse. This government has been in power
1 year, 6 months.
For 1 year, 6 months. Even 6 months, we're in the middle of 6 months right now. And it is managing all the mess and the poor legacies of the previous government. 8 years of NDC's mess. Everywhere you look.
When would you begin to work and stop blaming
Please,
the NDC?
We are working.
When would you work
Look
and
at the
stop
numbers.
blaming the NDC?
No, hold on. We are working. I'm just
I'll have
talking
my
about the
time
fact
back,
that governance is not only, even though I support infrastructure development, I think it is necessary for us to develop as a nation, but governance is not only building homes, it goes beyond that. It requires this proper competence, thinking, fundamental.
Why then within the past few months, we didn't have a directive from the health ministry?
Let me tell you this.
Because governance is not only about building infrastructure, but also giving the directive to make sure that the health facilities that tend to turn away
but you cannot,
the emergency cases will be forthright in taking the right decisions when we have those cases.
You can also not tell me that the people that are in the driving seat are sitting there doing nothing. They are dealing with other aspects of the problem. We are fixing Ghana. Ghana is working again. Every mess you see, every issue you see that is not working,
is an NDC problem.
It's NDC's legacy.
Well, the NDC's legacy has put together 200 something bed hospital, the UGMC. It's still not being opened.
Roland,
that's a legacy.
I'm telling you, that's why they keep begging for credits in Parliament. Begging for credits in Parliament. So let me say,
I'm told it's a 650 bed. Is it 650 bed hospital?
They keep begging for credits, and I keep telling my friends in MPP, let's just give them some of the credits. After all, government is a continuum. We will not leave it there and just say because NDC started, it won't continue. We will finish it and also make sure that we fulfill our promises to the people. So they shouldn't come here and be politicizing everything, because in many cases, most of the things they talk about are lies. Many cases.
But this is not a lie, obviously.
Oh,
somebody needed medical care.
Were you in Parliament?
Went to 7 medical facilities, and that person is dead.
Were you in Parliament yesterday?
It's more of a social issue, and the government needs to be sometimes owning up to some of its own obligations.
Most of the things they talk about, they do press conference. They become press conference party, NDC, basically. That's what it is. Were you in Parliament yesterday?
Yes, I came to a public gallery for
about this when the committee of whole met. In front of the media and everything, they were all part of the meeting to look at this national identity card.
We'll go there. Speak to the health issues. I'll have
that is one. For me, when I came out, I asked the media men, so what was your feeling? They said, they were surprised that our friends in NDC who were crying foul were quiet. When the whole thing was opening up. Roland, let me tell you, I know we're coming there.
Oh, no. This will be unfair.
Well, it's another point of discussion, please, relax.
This will be unfair. Let me have my second
So the point I'm making is that,
and Roland, I'm sure you know for fact that he has spoken for 11 minutes.
No, my honorable friend should not make it look.
He's spoken for 11 minutes.
Yeah, no.
Oh, then I'll give 7.
Should not make it.
Why?
Should not make it look as if
11 minutes. So
MPP government is not sitting down doing nothing. We are doing everything it takes.
And that's where the directive is coming.
This country
it's coming too late. We have a whole hospital there. He's talking about chip compound that is in
what's
the district? Manyene chip compound not open. That's not fair. The district health directorate should be taking some action on this. But I'll have the last word.
Well, you see, when you talk about the NDC bequeathing to you a mess state.
No, but let's not go into the political issue.
No,
we're talking about
the
speaker intending to criminalize an action which readily should have been a decision-making process by somebody who is manning a hospital. It's a very simple process.
It is an opinion expressed by the speaker that I support, but criminalizing an act is a duty for the court. It's a court.
You have to pass the law.
Exactly, but we don't initiate the process.
Yes, that's why you're saying that we should pass laws.
I am not disagreeing with the speaker.
Okay.
I'm saying that it is an opinion he expressed, which I support.
Put the law up there.
No,
private
which I support.
Promoting all those things.
As we speak today, we don't have the private members bill in Ghana.
He was just telling us these are all opportunity for us to begin to look at it.
We don't need to split hairs on this matter. I'm saying that it is an opinion that he has expressed, which I support. But I'm saying that whether an action is criminal or not is a matter within the jurisdictions of our courts. And Parliament is not court. That one is a fact. Coming back to you saying that the NDC bequeathed to you a mess state.
Everybody knows
you
that.
are the mess. President Akufo-Addo and the MPP government is the mess.
So we're talking healthcare,
No,
and now
yes,
we've
exactly.
descended into
I will tell you why.
the
I will
issues
tell you why.
of who
I will tell you why.
is creating a mess, who has created a mess.
I will tell you why.
Please, let's move on.
They must stop blaming the NDC and begin to work.
Oh, we are working.
Oh, my brother, take it easy. What happened to that old man is a clear example, is demonstrates the need for us to work on our infrastructure. And I have told you that within the 4 years mandate of President Mahama, not President Mills, President Mahama, within the 4-year tenure of President Mahama, we invested over $2 billion US in the health sector. There are several hospitals that remains locked up, even though they were finished and commissioned by President Mahama. A very classical example is the University of Ghana Medical Center. In fact, the Deputy Minister for Health, I have forgotten his name, is on record to have stated publicly that government needed $6 million US to be able to make that facility function. $6 million US. And you continuously refer to President Mahama as incompetent and his regime as a mess. This was a man and a government that secured $217 million US for that facility. And so when you guys talk about debt, those are the things. What is happening? Hey, take it easy, my brother. What is happening to the AA? What is happening to the Ghana Police Hospital at Osu? That they've stopped works. What's happening to the upgrading, the second phase of the Tamil Teaching Hospital? Several investments that we made in the health sector, you are sabotaging them for political reasons. And you are compromising the health of this country. And all that you do is to engage in propaganda. In fact, your Minister for Health, Honorable Ajima Menu, is again on record to have stated that the University of Ghana Medical Center is not functioning because there was no generator set at the facility. JoyNews, where you are seated, this very network.
No, but seriously,
it's just talking.
At the end of the day, we have an incident that's happened. We want to prefer solutions.
That is why, these are the solutions. That we must stop the politics and do what is right. That is the issue.
That opening a health center is a logical way to go.
Exactly. Look,
because we have 615 beds there that remain unoccupied. That a gentleman could have gone to that place instead of going to somewhere else.
Exactly.
I get your point.
Roland,
let
me just add. When your minister said there was no generator, JoyNews where you are seated, this very network, they went there and they saw 2 new generator sets there. Your minister lied. For want of a better word. You guys must stop the propaganda and work. You see, you have money. You can get 600 million Ghana cedis. You can get 600 million Ghana cedis to do what you call NAPCO. And yet you cannot get $6 million US to make the University of Ghana Medical Center function. You can get $1.2 billion US to do national identification system, and yet you cannot construct a single chips compound.
Roland,
come on.
He's deviated, but
well,
if he wants to, hold on,
800 million for
but if he wants to go that way.
You are the mess.
Hold on.
No, it's okay.
You did no.
Right from the president to the last president.
Why were going politics? No.
They did all that. What happened?
No.
You see, Ghanaians are not seeing you. Ghanaians are not seeing you.
Let me see the document, the big document.
No, it's not fair. Let me just rebut a little bit.
Let me see.
You did.
If you allow him to come back for the third time,
he's not going.
I'm sure
whatever he says is retracted.
Oh no.
So I shouldn't let him say it.
No. If he comes back for the third time, I'll come.
Let's go to Parliament.
No problem.
The NDC minority in Parliament, led by its leader, who is a minority leader, they put together a statement, and they were concerned about the document that the National Identification Authority is using as a criteria for registering or to register people into the Ghana card or the national database for the identification system for which they will issue the Ghana card. Passport, birth certificate.
That's what they said.
Indeed, not many Ghanaians have it. And over the last 24 hours, I've been doing some discussions, and I even referred people, if you look at the amendment of B, which also indicates that you can use 2 other people as as guarantors Could be your relatives, could be your friend, could be anybody that's acceptable to identify you.
Yes.
But they have raised serious concerns that there are a number of people who live in the nooks and crannies of this country who could have no access to, let's say, a passport, let's say a birth certificate, could not have anybody to guarantee for them, while we have already accepted forms of identification in our country like the voter's ID card, etc., that even could be used to complement all these documents. And everybody is blaming the NDC minority for raising hell on the subject.
Roland,
yes,
let me say before I come to that to answer you.
Oh, you're still.
No, I'm just.
You're still being defiant. You want to go?
No, I'm not going. I'm not going back.
Let me this.
I just want to say that people that are watching us can tell the truth. We just have opportunity to be here, and the fact that if you can choose to call the MPP as a myth, but everybody knows. You may have built all those infrastructure, but what happened to Ghana? Ghana was going on a ditch. Thanks to Ghanaians for voting and changing the NDC government that was taking us in the wrong direction. I'm not saying infrastructure is not. It doesn't matter. I'll come to that. Yeah. I'm not saying infrastructure is not bad.
National Identification Authority.
I'm coming. I'm not saying
issuing Ghana card.
Well, yesterday.
The legislature, yes, sir.
Yesterday,
yes, sir.
We realized that once again, the hypocrisy of the NDC was exposed.
On the floor of Parliament.
I'm telling you. When I finished, I went out there, like I was talking about, to ask the media, you are the witnesses here. What did you see? Quiet! This document, Roland, 14th March, it has all the contract, every information, the first year costs, the terms of the contract, the total life cost of the project are all enshrined in this, and this was given to us. Over 500 pages, I believe, was given to us since mid-March 2018. I haven't had a chance to read all of it. So for our friends in NDC to come and say that, Roland, that the cost of the project is 4.5 million. It's there, all there. But they have to also attach the timeline, the components of that cost, and to also for them to have come out and say, we are boycotting the registration because it's only 2 items that you need to register as a Ghanaian. That was a lie. And that is why that they were being hypocrites. You know why? If you go to the amendment to that bill, the National Identification Authority bill, the amendment, 2017 amendment, Section 8, it gives you the criteria by which you will be registered as a Ghanaian. And it's not only limited to true documents. You are even saying it. Your family members can come and testify or swear an oath to get you in, one person, to get you in to register. 2 people who know you, they may not be your family members, 2 people who know you can come and also swear an oath to get you registered. And just even because you're having passport or birth cert, it's not automatic guarantee that you're going to be given a card. It's not automatic. Yesterday, that's what happened. That's what was told to us. Because we know there are some people who may be having birth certs and passports, but by look of things, circumstances, they may not be Ghanaians. So just because you have birth cert, just because you have a passport, it's not automatic that you are a Ghanaian. There are interviewers, and the National Identification Authority are recruiting about 2,000 commissioners of oath. They will be trained, they will be taking people through interview to actually make sure you are a Ghanaian. And this is when they call for you and I to be citizens. That Roland, if you know of anybody, and I'm targeting one guy that I know, I know he's a Nigerian. If I see him with Ghana card, I'll report him. Okay? I'm telling you the truth. Because I want to be a Ghanaian. I don't go to America and get American citizenship, or nobody goes to America or UK and get just like that. We are people.
Without justification.
Without justification. So if I see anybody that is not a Ghanaian, or that I even suspect is not a Ghanaian, I'll report the person. This is the time. So don't go and start throwing dust and start making propaganda. The policies of insult, propaganda, untruth, they should be away. We have to be honorable as honorable members. Speak the truth. Speak to the facts. Yes, the project ultimately is going to cost 1.2 billion, but it's the life cost. Yes, the initial cost is about 293,000. The government is paying about 124,000. The IMS is paying million. All this is millions. The government is paying 124 million to start with. The IMS company is paying about 169 million to start. So initial cost is 293. It's a fact. Total cost for the life. We are starting with about 30 million cards. We are registering all Ghanaians regardless of where they are, both in Ghana and outside Ghana. So for anybody to come and tell us that you only need 2 ID cards, or you only need 2, two identification documents of passport or birth cert or both to be able to register. It's a lie. It's a lie. And that is why I want our friends to be honorable. If you are members of parliament, you need to be honorable.
Were you giving tea?
Yes, I was giving tea. So the point I'm making is that they should stop lying.
Take some tea.
It will catch your breath.
It will help you. It will help you. You are a good friend.
But yeah. I love him so much.
Leave my document for me.
I beg you. I'll need.
Leave my document for me.
No, you need finally. You give it to me. This one is all members have.
I just want
you want to do something. Put it on your lap.
No, I'll get it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Don't worry.
But I don't see where the problem is. The National Identity Register Amendment Act 2017 Act 950.
Yes.
There's every indication that where an applicant is unable to submit any of the above, which is the birth certificate, the valid passport, a valid resident permit, a valid certificate of acquired citizenship, any other information as may be required by the authority, a relative of the applicant to identify the applicant under oath, or 2 persons determined by the board of the authority to identify the applicant under oath, where the applicant has no known relatives, apply.
Yes, so, and they're limited to 2.
Why do you want voters' ID and all those things, all part of it? Many people don't understand.
Roland, let me tell my friend here and our viewers that the NDC is committed to the process. We are committed to an integrated, multi-purpose ID system. We all agree to the benefits that we will drive from having a national ID system that is credible. As I speak to you now, I have my SNID card, I have my health insurance card, I have all manner of cards that you can think of. And so for us to have a national ID system that is credible and reliable, we all support it. And so no impression should be created that we don't want the national ID system to succeed. Yes, it started under President Kufuor. Some efforts and some works were done even under President Mills and President Mahama. Some restrictions were done. Oh, you can't 5 minutes when my good friend was had about some 12 minutes on that topic.
You don't monitor the time.
I do.
You're just throwing numbers in.
No, I do. So 5 minutes would be unfair, but maybe I can even finish within 3 minutes. And so let me just assure that we are committed to the process, but we will not be part of any illegality. We will not be part of any project that will not ensure value for money. We would not be part of any process that is untidy to the extent that it violates our constitution. Roland, we ask, not minority, the entire Parliament of Ghana requested the National Identification Authority to come and brief us on some issues that were raised on the floor. They agreed to come. It was advertised on our order paper for several days, and they never turned up, only to be taken away without any excuse. And then we were told all of a sudden that they were coming to register members of parliament on Monday. And so we stayed away from that. and gave our reason and issued a press statement. Thankfully, the National Identification Authority came yesterday, not just to brief us, but also to register people, members of parliament. That cannot be fair. Come and brief us, dot all the I's and cross all the T's. Now you come with your officials to do the registration when you were still briefing us. That was wrong and improper. You cannot in any way force the minority, and for that matter, any Ghanaian who has reservations about the process to go and register. You cannot. Yeah, and you have a duty. And you have a duty to carry everyone along. It is a national project. If you don't take time, you end up doing a national card system that only captures your members, that will not be credible and cannot be used for anything in this country. And that's why you must collaborate with all stakeholders and carry everyone on board. Roland, what are the issues that we raised? We raised issues of cost. We raised issues of procedure. Mr. Ken Atefa, is that the name? Professor. A very good lawyer. Very eloquent. He was on your network again, stating that the cost of the project is $293 million US.
The first year
cost. Take it easy.
It's here.
Oh, my brother. We argued that and said no. The total cost of the project was about 1.2 billion
in 15 years.
Oh, my brother. When you are talking about the
add the timeline. Otherwise,
when you are talking about the project of
add the timeline.
Oh, Aboagye.
15 years operation and management costs.
I disagreed with all the things that you said, but I was discerning now.
Let's be fair. Let's be to the facts.
So just accord me that same respect. Be
honorable.
Accord me that same respect.
Agree.
And our viewers.
Agree.
Respect our viewers.
I agree.
If you're not respecting me,
I do.
Please do it for our viewers.
Okay. So the project cost over 15 years is 1.2 billion.
Including the tax waiver. Including the tax waiver.
Project cost.
Oh.
Yes. The initial financial layout.
Yes.
Is the 293
million.
Government is only spending that much.
Including
setup.
Yes. Setup.
And all the running.
Setup.
It's all
it doesn't include
project cost. What we're if in 15 years time when we're analyzing the project, we say, oh, national identification system for Ghana, when my child is, let's say, 29 years or something, we'll say, oh, it costs us 1.2 billion.
And Roland, that is
you have to acknowledge that first year.
No, we have said that.
Why
we have said that.
Roland,
why is that so
we have said that.
This is. I'm giving you this.
We have said that. We have said
this
that.
Is the document, the presentation that they brought.
Good God.
Look at this. The cost profile.
Oh my good God. Aboagye.
So our time is up.
Kindly listen to me.
Please listen to him.
That yesterday, the NIA, led by their chief executive,
Professor
and now you are admitting that the cost of the project is 1.2 billion.
But we're talking the documentation for registration. That's what we're talking about.
You see, even if you were to include the tax waivers that they applied for,
you haven't come to the passport and those things.
It is 1.4 billion. And so, no. And so, I am happy that they are now coming into terms with the reality. Now, coming to the thorny issue of whether an ID card, a voter ID card,
which one should be accepted
can be used or not. You see, why would you want to limit it to only passports and birth certs?
Oh, they are not limiting it to passports. The documentation.
No, thank you. No. Why are they limiting the documentation to only passports and birth certs? On their own website, when you go to the NI website, they say that about 2 million Ghanaians have passports and about 7 million people have birth certs. Having a birth cert, you cannot have a passport without a birth cert. And so what it means in total is that 7 million people would be qualified to register onto the National Identification System with cards. About 15 million people in Ghana have the voter ID card. Now, when you go to a constituency like Myong, where I come from, I can tell you that less than 0.1%, in fact, less than 0.001% would have passports. I'm telling you. As for birth certs, they don't. We don't have, look, the births and deaths, they are only in our regional capitals.
Is that not why there's the provision for either you use
when there is a door, where do you want me to pass
people
to
who
the
know
window?
you,
when there is a dog,
you have one guarantor who is a relative. Is that not why?
You see, that person himself must have successfully registered onto the system. When you go to job like job, take it easy.
No, you mean
when you
mean even the one to guarantee
whether it's a family relative or not to have been registered. And that person should have been registered with either a passport with a birth certificate.
It doesn't matter.
And I'm telling you, there are communities in my constituency that I can say that no one at all.
So it's possible. So it's possible even you will not get a qualified guarantor or relative.
And in any case,
that's your concern.
In any case, why do you want to lock the door and ask me to pass through the window?
What's the alternative?
The alternative is that let us expand it and look
to
don't. To include voter ID card. And let me even tell you, even the law
voter ID card and what?
For now, that's what I can think of. But let me tell you, Roland. Let me tell you this.
Too much time. Let me go smart.
The law.
No, my time is
the law as we speak today.
The two of you.
The law as we speak today. If you proceed in the manner that they want to, it will be unlawful because.
But when they were doing the amendment, weren't your members there?
You were there.
No, listen.
That is the point.
You see, at 950.
Unanimously.
Take it easy. You have it here. Apart from the birth sets and the passport, there's what the lawyers will call omnibus clause.
Yeah.
That says any other document.
Very well.
That other document, that's where the voter ID card can come. And when you go and look at the LI, that explains the I.
Roland.
The form.
Let me just make
a voter
one.
ID.
Okay, it's okay.
The form on the LI includes a voter ID.
Let me ask
Why do you want to exclude that?
Will you ever agree?
Why would you want to exclude that?
The two of you ever agree on anything?
And you see,
well, let me say this.
There's this saying, they are saying they want to use it as a basis for the compilation of a register for the electoral commission.
That's
the man said it.
All right.
They want to use it as a basis.
Roland, listen to me.
I'm not listening. Member of Parliament from Myong.
Yes, you see.
That you will succeed.
Member of Parliament from Myong.
Won't cooperate with you.
Member of Parliament from Myong.
Who will not cooperate with you.
Member of Parliament from Myong. Member of Parliament from Myong, who has a chips compound in Manyini, which has not been opened because allegedly government has decided to conspire against the administration's constructed chips compound because there are no beds for people in Manyini. Okay. Mohammed Abdulaziz, thanks for joining me this morning. It's been a delight. And then also bantering him this morning has been Daniel Okyem Aboagye. Bradan, thank you. Yeah. Member of Parliament for Bantama.